Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Pro Dota 2 commentary done by Luminous. This is a Chinese scrim. Once again, this is between LGD, SGTY, and, well, actually just LGD and CLC. On the Radiant side, there's some kind of crazy tag. Seraphan, Xiao8, 1Y1R, Sylar. The Chinese name, I believe it is, let me look at my cheat sheet, is DD. Nesta is DDC, and Yao is just Yao. And looks like we're going to have a pause. Am I at 2 XP? Yes, I am. Okay. Alright, let me give you, CLC, or what is formerly known as CLC. If you guys been following the whole Chinese drama thing going on, it is some crazy stuff going on. But on, we have QQQ, or 357, Kiri Y is King J, SJQ is Crystal, How to Play is Awoke, and MMY is Sty or X. And these guys, yeah, there's so much drama going on. There's flames, there's just money thrown around. If you guys are interested in reading that out, you could just quickly Google that, and you should be able to find it. If not, if there's a slight chance of DWS ever coming back, I'll be sure to talk about that. So don't get your hopes up like those. Alright, so let's look at this game. Of course, you guys saw the pick and ban. This is a fairly long game, so I'm not too interested to kind of dissect the pick and ban. I'm more interested to talk about what heroes we have available here. And on the Radiant side, we have a Chen, a Lone Druid, a Crystal Maiden, a Tidehunter, and a Windrunner. Meanwhile, on the other side, we have a Weaver of all things, Lesh, Ehome Storm, Ehome X Storm. I know he says CLC X, but it's really Ehome X, and he's currently in Ehome right now. Just to add a little bit more of the controversy thing. And then Crystal's going to be playing the Shaker, and then we have Awoke on the Enchantress. So let me talk about this synergy here on the Dire squad. So far, it seems like they have 3 solo, and these 3 are going to be the solo. Can I draw on the mini map? Can I draw on the map? Yes, you could draw on the map, but not during pause. Why is the game pause? Holy hell. Yeah, but this guy, we're going to have 3 solo and maybe double jungle. Enchantress is going to be jungling. We might have Shaker helping out the Weaver. They might go dual lane bot or something like that. You give the Lesh top, and then you put Storm in the mid lane. You do offensive jungle Enchantress. Fairly strong survival kind of lane, and you could get a couple kills because Fissure is a very long range stun. You could put a Swarm plus a Fissure. It's a Kuchi in for some couple of right hits. So that can work. But of course, they could do other stuff if they want to do so. Of course, on the Radiant side, we have Chen. He's going to be defensive jungling, I do presume. Tidehunter might be giving Lone Druid a little bit of assistance. Ooh, no, excuse me. I called that wrong. I thought Tidehunter was a support. I did not see Tidehunter was standing over the Crystal Maiden, who is going to be the support. Tidehunter is such a big body. Yao, by the way, is going to be going solo mid on the Tidehunter. I'm not joking. He's taking and maxing Anchor Smash, and he's going to go a quick bottle with it. Anchor Smash, 4-second cooldown. You nuke the wave. Yes, it's really an AoE nuke in that sense. You nuke and push a wave, you last it with Anchor Smash, and really you outpush most other solo mids. You outpush the Storm Spirit for that sake. And yeah, you keep Anchor Smashing because it's only a 4-second cooldown. The mana cost isn't too high, and then you bottle and then you grab runes. So Limit Tidehunter is no joke, and the Chinese been doing a lot of that lately. I'm pretty sure Xiao8 is going to be going on top, or maybe we're going to see Lone Druid going on top, depending what they think is going to be on top. And then they're going to put Crystal Maiden plus whoever is going to be going the bot lane. A little bit more defensive. So we might see a tri-lane versus tri-lane, and that should be fun. I think I paused the replay. No, I didn't pause the replay. Let's AX speed through this pause. Because really, I mean, cool. Right, they're pausing. I guess that's one of the reasons why the replay could be so long, so the game itself might be a little bit shorter. I'm all for that. But this is a Chinese replay, yes. I'm so happy to cast Chinese games again. As you guys know, my longtime viewers, you guys know I have an undying love for Chinese games. You know, it's kind of getting me a negative rep. I'm like, oh man, he likes Chinese replays because he's Chinese too. It's not that. I just like the fact I like to see them farm. I really dislike casting Pinot games. And then I'm sure you guys dislike to hear that because Pinot games are just way too fast. There's like 40 kills in 20 minutes, which is really fun for me to just kind of sit down and watch. I really enjoy watching replays like that, but it's not fun for me to cast because there's just so many kills that I don't even have time to talk about the kills. I don't even have time to talk about item choices. Where a Chinese game generally a little bit more farming oriented, I get to sit here and kind of, you know, chew on my cigar and be like, I do like his item choice here, and this is why. Like you know, I get to analyze, which is what I pride myself into, analyzing replays. So I do actually love casting Chinese games, and well, we might see a couple of Chinese games. Very interesting war being dropped up on what the? This is not a Necromonicon, or this is not it. I'm just saying. Can you draw on the minimap? Ooh. Ooh. Oh man, I had coffee this morning. That's why I'm just. Anyways, all right, we have a little bit of pot shot going on. Seems like we're gonna have Weaver soloing bot. This is not a good place for him if he wants to get farm. Chen Windrunner is going to be the lane here, and as we see Crystal are we going to see a... Okay, so all guesses of lane are going to be totally off, as they're going to do a TIE Hunter, a farming TIE Hunter, plus Crystal Maiden support top. Yeah, this is crazy stuff. Storm Spirit versus Silver. I gotta say, of course, Silver is going to have the advantage. Not only does he have a lot higher base damage last with, he has 2 units, but he's not going to be really under the harass of the Silver. I mean, yeah. Storm is not going to get harassed. No, Storm is going to get harassed, meanwhile Panda isn't. Well, I'm really off. Okay, one more time. The Syllabear is going to get the harass against the Panda, and Panda can't really do anything about it. That's what I try to say. And it only took 3 tries to say Fissure. That's going to hit on the Crystal Maiden and a slow clap. She did. First blood, that's going to go to Leshrac. Force Fissure to initiate, and then we have Enchantress come in. Now, one of the reasons why they decided to put the Crystal Maiden on top is just what you saw there. Frostbite is actually a very, very strong way to go defensive against the Enchantress. I mean, she could try to push, but if you do a Frostbite on it, it's a 10-second disable that does quite a bit of damage against those creeps. So she's kind of defensive here in that nature, but on the same note, she's very, very squishy, and we saw how easily she was able to be brought down. But on the bot lane, I guess this is what Xiao's got going for him. Maybe he's like, oh, I'm the captain, man. Let me get the safe farming lane. I want to do something this game. No, he's probably thinking this is the best laning choice for his entire team. Not going to be selfish. It's a little bit odd to see Syllabear on the mid lane, but it should be okay. I mean, he could even use his bear to scout for runes if he wants to do so. I'm not sure if he could take the runes with the bear. Maybe we'll see it this game. But yes, with this lane combination, Syllabear is going to win his lane and get a lot of free farm going on. The top lane is going to have a little bit of trouble. And when I say a little bit, I mean a lot of trouble. As you can see, that TIE Hunter at level 2 is taking Anchor Smash for a little bit defensive purposes. Of course, Anchor Smash plus Style Shield gives you a lot of damage block. And also, it gives you that proc to reduce stuns and whatnot. But here comes a gank, a smoke gank coming from Awoke and Crystal. All they really need, again, is a long range Fissure and then just a net and a clap. Although the clap creep is dying very, very soon. They want mid. Unfortunately, the creep equilibrium a little bit going the enemy way, and I think Sylar, he sensed something is up. As they say that, it's going to go out ahead. These guys are revealed. I do believe Sylar sees it, so he's going to back off from now. It's a little bit unfortunate that the gank is not working out. Back on the top lane here, Lesh is pushing it. Diabolic Edict already being popped. Only level 1 Diabolic Edict. You can see he's going for the lightning build. I kind of like the lightning build. I mean, because this is kind of least stun. Also, as you see gank coming in right now, Fissure, that's not going to drop. Oh, Yao, somehow he kind of just eat over the crevice, but the stun is going to come in. No stun here already used. Yeah, stun was already used. Very unfortunate, but they're going to try to do as much damage to this tower as possible. Leshrac is out of mana at this point. I feel like level 1, as we see, Windrunner getting a solo kill against... Ooh, there was some big diving going on, and looks like he was able to survive at level 2 Windrunner. I'll talk about this build in just a bit. But yeah, I feel like level 1 Edict is more than enough in certain cases to destroy the tower. Because if the full damage of the Edict goes on the tower, that tower is pretty much dead anyways. Level 1 or level 2 Edict doesn't make too big of a difference. It makes a difference, but nothing too big. I feel like I like Lightning build quite a bit. Give you a little bit more lane control, you can farm a lot better, as we see Windrunner getting popped, and a little bit of blocking from King J. King J, can he get the kill? It's gonna be close. No! Survives with like 20 HP, 10 HP, very, very close. Alright, so the reason that we see Windrunner a lot of times get that level 2 of the Windrunner and skip level 1 of the Shackle Shot, this is a strategical choice in the sense of, hey, we know that we're not going to get a gank anytime soon. There's no really reason to level up the Shackle Shot. The Windrunner level 2 was a little bit helpful in terms of making him survive, because you definitely saw that was really, really close, right? And really, he's not going to be honest, get a Shackle Shot against a player that really expect a Shackle Shot. So a lot of Windrunners for at least 6-7 months now, they've been just getting Shackle Shot at level 6. After they take 2 points off the Windrunner. It's still a very odd choice because level 1 Windrunner is generally good enough. But that's how they've been building the hero. We're going to see Bottle here on the long lane. Is he going to do a little bit of Bottle crawling? No, it looks like not. He's going to hold on to it and try to grab the rune if it's going to be on the bot lane. Here comes a Crystal Maiden, maybe trying to set up a gank against Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit going to hit level 6 fairly soon. Dai not off to his usual last sitting in the mid lane. Dai usual last hit, what I mean by that is like he should have 25 denied or 25 last hit and like 16 denies. He's kind of off the mark, and because he's really up against a flying bear. I mean, on the ground bear, it's pretty much insane already, but when that thing's flying, like, is that flying? I think he's flying. Yeah, he's really flying. Holy crap, man. This is crazy stuff. But back on the top lane here, this tower is not flying away as Diabolic Edict. It's going to try to mow it down. And this is kind of what I mean. The Diabolic Edict, level 1, level 2, it's going to bring down the tower. He has decided to skill it up. Not going to level up Splurf. Really don't need Splurf because someone's going to lead stun for you as we see the Lightning trying to do the damage. Yao taking some big hits. He's going to gush and go for the kill on QQQ. That's not going to work out. Diabolic Edict. Big damage coming out. So far, this top lane is getting totally decimated by CLC. LGD in a little bit of trouble. Back in the mid lane, though, the Flying Bear really harassing down Stormstrid, inching close to level 6, but he misclicked? That's a misclick, right? There's no... I do not see any reason why you don't level up your ultimate level 6. I mean, even if you want to just level up to run away, I mean, that's... Alright, I'm going to say that's a misclick. And that's going to set him back a little bit, unfortunately. Back on the bot lane. Unless this is some crazy skill build. It makes no sense, though, to be a crazy skill build. Why do you just not pick the one of the best ultimate in the game? You know, misclick is what I'm gonna put that one towards you. So a lot of hero movement, but let me take a little bit of moment to check out how we're doing in terms of the farm. 20 on Chen, of course, most of them neutrals here, but look at Sylar in the mid lane, 32 and 15, and he's really outlaning Dai, because, I mean, come on, Sylar 1v2. Pretty insane here. Dai, despite of that, having 27, so not too shabby. QQQ on the top lane here. Not only with the tower destroyed, not only with 2 hero kills, but 27 creep kills as well. That's pretty impressive if you ask me. But on the bot lane here, Windrunner getting 1 kill. And also getting 30 creep kills. That is also very good. So the farming, as you expect from both teams, are fairly solid. Let me see how King J is doing. King J's only got 12, so having such a tough time against a Windrunner, which is to be expected. As we see this Enchantress trying to gank around, not really having too much luck. Maybe finding Yao a little bit out of position. You can see Yao at 3-4-5 has gone back for the Anchor Smash. One of the benefits, early game benefit, not only could you push the lane and do nuke and whatnot with Anchor Smash, you could, I mean, it does do a lot of damage reduction, 40% damage reduction, which might not sound like a lot, but really is a lot early on when everyone's damage. It's fairly low, like, going from 50 and then 40 damage reduction is like, what, going down to 30? Does that sound too good? I'll do the math later as we see a gank against QQQ. QQQ pops his Edict, but he's really not going to survive. Yeah, let me see. 10% of 50 is 5 times 4. So that's 20, and then 50 minus 20 is 30. Yeah, it reduced a hell lot of damage, right? If you're doing 50 damage, now you're doing 30. Holy crap. Anchor Smash is really good. And that's why a lot of, solo TIE Hunter maxing Anchor Smash, hey, it's the way to go. He's going to turn level 6. Gonna have his Ravage. It's not going to misclick like our X on the mid lane now. He finally hits level 7 and does grab that. He's going to look for the 8-minute rune. Unfortunately, it's going to be on the top lane. Crystal Maiden takes that double damage, and now she hits from 2 damage to 4 damage. Some beastly CM. It might be setting with gank for the top lane. We'll see. All they really need is a single gush to slow it down. TIE Hunter grabs it. Clarity. I really like to see this. Not many players do this enough. But a little bit of miscommunication because Yao is really far back. But here comes Yao. One more gush. That's really a misplay from Woken Yao. All they really need to wait is for Yao to be in position. And if those 2 slows stacked up with a double damage, they were going to bring down the Shaker because he was by himself. So a little bit misplaced from these Chinese guys. Back on the bot lane here, Carry Y or Carry J. King J having a little bit trouble handling what is known as Xiao 8, because Xiao 8 is kind of out-regenning him with this bottle. Still no bottle crawling. Unfortunately, he did not get the bot rune. He does have enough gold to upgrade a face boot, but choosing not to upgrade it right now, which makes me think he wants to go for the arcane boots. Not too sure. Looks like he's gonna he's gonna port back to base, buy the treads, and try to maybe defend the top tower. Top tower really in trouble at this point, down to half HP. It will be going down fairly quickly as well. Stormstrid at level 7 really can't leave the lane though. This is one of the other benefit of putting a Syllabir on the mid lane, is because if the Stormstrid ever leaves the lane to go gank, say goodbye to your tower, or at least goodbye to a lot of HP on that tower. And I just cannot get over the fact that there's a flying bear and that my ping. Oh, now it's normal pings. Oh man, I like that. I like that the red ping. What happened to that thing? That was some crazy stuff. Back on the top lane here, we can see a smoke of the sea. It is coming on the courier, slowly but surely. It is flying in. Oh, this is another thing that I've noticed quite a bit from Chinese Enchantress play. They actually level up the Nature's Attendants, which I don't really understand. Obviously, when you level up Nature's Attendant, it gives you more healing, which can be important, but I feel like just having a lower cooldown is so significant. Even though it's just a 5-second cooldown, it is significant. Looks like they're going to want to make a gank against Yao. There's a stun. There's going to be a second stun and a clap, but will it be enough? Yes, it is. Every single spell being used, he could have dropped the Ravage, maybe save himself, but probably is not going to be worth it. Haystring gets popped right here. What is he going to do? Set up a kill on Crystal Maiden? He could try, but Solar Bear is nearby. Oh, Solar Bear Entango? Entango? No Entango just yet. Solar Bear, by the way, he does have the face finish on his hero, not putting it on his bear just yet. A very interesting choice. Opting for giving a better survivability on the hero, which I guess against great gankers such as Enchantress, Shaker, and a Stormster in your lane, that is a fairly good choice. Oh, he killed a flying bear, and he reset. Oh, come on, that's messed up. That thing had wings, bro. That thing had wings. That thing was on Red Bull, you know what I'm saying? But it's okay. Here comes the gank. They do have that smoke. I don't think they used it in the last engagement. No, they did. Yeah, they did. No, it's okay. Maybe they bought another one. In any case, they're coming in to gank the mid lane maybe after setting up a tower destroyed on the top. And here we go. Are they going to initiate with Fissure? That's a question. They're going to zip right in. Did not get the pull off. A single teleportation coming in. Windrunner is going to eat a Fissure. And but here comes Yao. He does have the Ravage. He gets pulled right now. Shackles on him. They're going to use the Ravage just for die. A little bit of overcommitment, I say, but Shongong. This is Lamb, by the way. He's like, what was that? A Ravage first? I guess that's worth it. But it really makes this push a lot weaker, because with the Ravage, this tower would be dead for sure. But without the Ravage, I do feel like CLC may be able to defend it. But right now, we have 5 guys on the mid. You have a Chen, you have a Silver. They're going to force a Glyph, waiting for Crystal's Fissure coming off cooldown. There's a Stomp from the Centaur. We're going to have a Fissure coming in. Oh, tower's gonna get destroyed by the Solar Bear. Looks like big engagement happening. Chen just went down to Enchantress. Enchantress diving against 3, but he is gonna go down. I guess trading 1 for 1 like that is okay, but you lost your tower. Crystal in a little bit of trouble as well. Here comes Dai. He wants right in here. He's zipping for the bear. Misclick? They want to just kill the bear? I guess you do earn like a 75 gold or 100 gold maybe? 76 gold, 78 gold. But yeah, I'm not sure if that was the best choice. Sylar is gonna just transform and Jingli, what does that mean? Jingli means manager. I'm not sure if that's another Jingli he's talking about. Anyway, someone could translate that. All the meanwhile here we have King J. 我以为是他人. Huh? I think it's that person. Yeah, I'm not sure what they're talking about. But yes, all the meanwhile, we have King J farming on the bot lane. He's up to 51 creep kills. Not exactly the best CS I've ever seen in my life, but he's catching up, especially after having such a hard start against Windrunner's lane control. Windrunner, by the way, after the battle, is going to be going back to mech and going to provide the utility role that she always does. Yao's going to get farm, and he at level 7. Anger Smash is taking a lot of points, as we see. The Centaur is just hugging Yao. Here's a very interesting kind of debate that you always have between Enchantress and Chen. Enchantress is kind of considered, once you're outside of the initial jungling laning stage, she's considered the DPS stealer of the jungling hero, right? And Chen's kind of the ultra defensive. The fact that you have Holy Persuasion to teleport teammates back, the fact that you have Global Heal. I kind of think that Chen is overall a better hero, but in many cases you can find ways that Enchantress is better. For example, if you're up against high armor heroes or heroes with pipe and stuff like that, Enchantress simply is better because her spells is pure damage and goes through things like that. So you're gonna get your fair share of Enchantress fans and Chen fans, but I'm more on the Chen aspect. I think it's just a little bit better. Back in the middle here, we do see Crystal Maiden finishing Urn. Let me check out the gold difference, as we do have a lot of tower push down. And despite the fact that the Radiant is down by 2 towers, or down by 1 because they pushed down the mid lane here, they're down by 1,000 gold. That could be explained. Both teams farming fairly evenly. You can see the kill counts are fairly even as well. This game quite even at this point. Let me check out how we're doing in terms of item progression. We have Arcane Boost finished on Chen, phase done on both Windrunner and Lone Druid as well. Let me see if Lone Druid has anything on his hero. Holy, what? I knew he was farming well. 90 creep kills and 15 minutes. That is 6. Yeah, that's 6 a minute. In a solo mid position, you don't generally see that quite a bit. He has a relic already and 200 gold in the bank. Holy Jesus. Holy Ice Frog, he is farming well. Looks like both team is going to be trading tier 1 towers. In terms of strategical position of tier 1 tower, as we see QQQ might be in a little bit of trouble. He's doing some big damage with his Diabolic Edict. There is a stun against Awoke. Will Awoke be okay? There's a teleport in, but an immediate stun, so no Ravage is going to be dropped off. So the mid tower will be defended, but here comes Dai. He is invisible. Maybe he's going to go for one of these hero. Bond on the bot lane. You want to go for Yao. You pull. Can you destroy him before he drops the Ravage? Yes, he can. Die. Great control on the Stormstrait. He gets bitten. He could still jump if he really wants to do so. It's not going to jump right now. Meanwhile, we have the Panda the bear getting a kill on the bot lane, maybe even getting a kill on Weaver. He got the tower kill. He got the tower lasted as well. He will have the Radiance at this point. As we see Xiao is going to be zipping out. Ooh, here comes Dai. He wants a pull. He will have the cooldown for pull. He might be looking for Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden eating some big damage. There's a pull against Yao. Oh, no, not Yao. Nesta was DDC and he just went down. Stormstrait doing very, very effective so far. Getting a tower destroyed for his teammate and getting a couple kills. But the farmer that is known as Sylar, being a very suitable replacement in ZSMJ. I mean, this game clearly shows that. We're going to see a 16.5 Radiance. That is impressive. After phase boot, that's not a naked Radiant rush. That's just a legit 1630 Radiance. That is impressive if you ask me. Of course, right now Radiant is in a little bit of trouble in the sense that they are down by. Actually, they even counts even 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. No, they're still down by 1 tower. And really, it's Radiant that should have a better advantage when it comes to pushing, because they have a Silver and a Chen. But King J now, he is really far behind the farm. He's not going to go for even a Radiance at all. He's going to go for a Drums. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of semi-carry here lately going for Drums. And the reason really for being so is, of course, it gives you very good stats. The Bracer is nice. The Robot Magi is nice. But also, it gives you a very, very good benefit to have the ability to help out your team early on. Heroes like Weaver, heroes like Doom and such, like, they can't really actually do a lot until you get 2 tier 4 item. And the metagame currently is so quick and so fast. By the time you get those 2 tier 4 items, you might be in such a big disadvantage that you can't even come out of. But if you get a Drums, you can actually help out your teammates in those mid-game engagements. You pop a Drums, that's a huge damage increase for your entire team. If you want to sit down and do the math, Drums is probably one of the best damage per go ratio item if you pop it. But here we go, we might see a little bit of engagement on the bottom here. Sylar is by himself. He's going to eat a Fissure. And he's going to eat a Swarm as well. He's got to keep on running. Summons his bear coming in. Here comes King J, but the stun does miss. And here comes the healing. He's down to his HP very quickly. He's going to get sent back. Nicely done. Rav's going to get casted by Yao, doing quite a bit of damage. Crystal's going to go down. Radiance is killing this Weaver. Weaver's going to go down to a Tesla Fave. Great play here from the Radiant. Defensive play. And look at Sylar. He's keeping the bear around. Hey, 40 damage per second is 40 damage per second. And that's what led to the Weaver kill. Great response coming here from LGD, and that Ravage was absolutely huge. And looks like they're going to turn around here for QQQ. He's going to get a Splurf. That's only going to hit the bear, and QQQ is not going to live to tell the tale. He's going to try to run out there. That Windrunner actually doing a little bit slow, and QQQ is going to go down. Who gets a kill? That is going to be the TIE Hunter. And they're going to be right back. Yeah, Sylar ported back in. And now it's going to go on the tower. Radiance is completed. Tier 2 is going to be destroyed on the bot lane, and this Tier 2 very, very important for the strategical importance of Roshan. Earlier I was talking about the trade of a Tier 1 mid and a Tier 1 bot. Yeah, those 2 towers very important for the Roshan, as people like to buy back and pour into a long engage Roche fight. Speaking of Roche, will we see them going back in? Probably not, because we are sending the Windrunner back home. Although they do have some big DPS. I guess they gotta defend on the top and on the mid as well. Storm Spirit pushing it in. He got a Rope and Magi and a Oblivion Staff. Obviously, he's gonna be going for the Orchids. Orchids fairly important on a hero like TIE Hunter. One of the most effective way to kind of prevent that Ravage coming in is not chain stunning. Because due to Kraken Shell, as my mouse, what the hell is wrong with this game? One of the most important thing about TIE Hunter is the fact that he could always reliably get off his nice TP out by Enchantress. He could always reliably get out his Ravage because of his Kraken Shell, which is he's maxing right now. If you stun him, he's gonna pop a Kraken, or Kraken will pop itself, and then he's gonna get off the Ravage. There's really nothing too much you could do about it. But if you just silence him and ignore him, don't even do any damage, just silence him. And that Kraken would not proc, and that's basically a 5-second disable. So that could be a very, very good way to deal with the TIE Hunter. TIE Hunter Ravage down for 20 seconds right now. It looks like they want to really do some plans in the mid lane. Dai's Invis rune ran out, but do they? No, I think they do see Dai. Dai threatening to jump in. He could definitely bypass this. We're gonna see the bear to get poured back just to buy a boost speed and get like that 500 damage shield up. That's okay. I got it. Another phase boot being purchased. We're gonna have like, okay, they swap boots. Alright, okay. Bought boots for the hero and get phased. Okay, that's fine. I like to see a cloak on Lundra. He's probably gonna go for a pipe, to be honest. There is quite a bit of magical damage coming in here. Lightning, fissure, Storm does quite a bit of magical damage. So we're going to be in a part of the game where we're going to see quite a bit of farm. Mecha is finished on the Windrunner and working on a Force Staff. Blink Dagger's up on Yao because he's farming for a grid of quite a bit. We have a Point Booster up on Nesta, who's Nesta again? DDC. And Ern is up on Crystal Maiden, played by DD. Yeah, DD and DDC, man, these guys are very creative with their name. Force Staff is going to be very soon completed. Back on the dire side, the Orchid is going to be completed very soon as well. Double Arcane Boots up on these two supports. And a Bloodstone plus drums, yes. Bloodstone up on QQQ already. Now, Bloodstone is generally very, very good in a high killing game. And as you guys know, most Chinese games aren't going to be really high killing games. Although the action is pretty intense. I mean, 22 minutes in, we see 14 kills. That's pretty good for a Chinese game, if you will. And they're doing a lot of tower pushes. And here comes one of those tower pushes as they want to bring down this tower. And I gotta pause the game. Too many fangirls calling as we see LGD going to be destroying yet another tier 2 tower. This tower again, very important for Roshan. And right now, there's only 2 towers left for the CLC side, but these 2 towers aren't really like strategically important in any sense of the word. We see again, Leshrac is pushing up on the top lane, but right now we have threatening on the high ground. I love when I see Syllabary players, once they go for the Radiance, they're like, you know what, we could win the game right now, and we're gonna try it. And they're going to do a massive amount of damage against this tower. The bear is taking some, but again, we saw a very cool way for these guys to do it. You could use the Chen to send the bear back, and in fact, that's exactly what they're doing. As we see Syllabary now going to pour back and defend this. That's pretty cool. Now, you could give him some massive healing immediately in the middle of a siege. That's pretty cool. As we see, Lesh might be backstabbing. Lesh at this point fairly healthy in terms of the HP and mana pool, but really needs something like a BKB to really ensure that he's going to do massive damage in a team fight. Because Ravage will find you, and then if you're stunned up, the Syllabary will find you and kill you very easily. Storm Spirit's going to knock into Sylar just a bit. And maybe they could set up a kill, but no, with Chen, it's just so hard. Like Chen, of course, the healing, the sent back, it's just nice. Force Staff is done. As we see, Storm Spirit is going to go in. The Invis rune really, it's halfway through. Maybe he's going to go for a solo kill on Chen. Yeah, he does find Chen by himself. He's going to go for it, I think. This is time. Yep, there's going to be a pull. There's going to be a remnant. He's going to zip around, and there's a silence on him as well to prevent the heal. But the Ravage is going to be used. Shackle shot on top of him, and Test of Faith was going to be dropped. No Test of Faith just yet. Nesta, just a lot more survivable than he looks. I mean, he's a champ, but he has a point booster and a bracer. And Dai solo ganks, a little bit overestimating his ability to dodge stuns and whatnot, and just went down. Very, very good play here from Team LGD. They are definitely in the lead, and Lamb not happy with what he's seeing, and he shouldn't be, because that's not too impressive a play. Weaver continue to not go for Relic, now going for a Medallion Courage. Again, that will give his team a little bit more of a mid-game kind of team fight presence, but yeah, I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. These two guys are going to meet in the jungle. Let me see any other big item progression. We're going to see yet another drums being purchased by Enchantress. And these Chinese players kind of love drums quite a bit. In multiple times, you see 2 to 3 drums. They're getting it for the stats. They're getting it for the drums charge. It's really overall a very, very good item with a good build-up. Weaver coming in and going to be farming a little bit more on the bot lane. Let me keep an eye out on that Syllabary though. I'm pretty sure if I look back now, he's going to have another tier 4 item. Up to 157 creep kills in 25 minutes or so. He does have a cloak and a Vlad's already up. Yep, that's another new item. And look at all these items. It's items intended to make your push stronger and keep Syllabary alive. And that's generally the best way to build a Syllabary. I think the next item choice should be a upgrade of Hood and eventually a Pipe. And then he could go back to get a damaging item. Or you could go for something like Star's Boba and go a Blade Mail. That would be pretty cool as well. I mean, it's a defensive item in nature, and it really gets off a lot of the focus against you. Because a lot of times, teams try to focus down on Silver Bear. As ironic as that sounds, because, you know, he does have, what, 1800 HP, he has a lot of armor, he has magical resistance. But you gotta focus him down, because he simply just do way too much damage with his bear and whatnot. Shall I continue to farm on the bot lane? She is definitely going to pick up a cloak as well for a little bit of magical survivability. It seems like we have LGD trying to push down the top tower, the tier 1 tower. Let's see if CLC wants to defend this. I don't really think it's worth defending or worth taking a fight over, because you know the enemy team does have a TIE Hunter. The Ravage is coming off cooldown in just a bit. Right now, LGD being very patient. They're like, you know what, we'll wait till the Ravage is down. And we're going to send Silver just to push by himself. Seems like LGD is waiting for something, but I don't know what that might be. Are they waiting for a key item? Are they waiting for a pipe? If you're waiting for a pipe, that's going to take a while. Although, you know, Silver again is farming fairly quickly. But it's going to take a while. Are they waiting for Ravage? Well, Ravage is up now. Yes, they were waiting for the Ravage, and now they're going to push mid. Of course, they might lose a bot tower against the Weaver in the exchange. Let's see if someone's going to just pour back and defend this. Of course, we're going to see if... Oh, looks like Weaver and everyone's going to pour back. They're not going to find out who's going to play the chicken game. Blink Dagger just finished here on Crystal, and this could have been the best time for them to finish it. We have a little bit of creep stealing from each other, as these guys simply do not know that they're clumping in for a huge Echo Slam. This guy's smoked up right now. Oh, this is going to be pretty. All eyes on Christo, man. Let's see how good of the Echo he could be dropping. How aware are they of a Blink Dagger? You know, it's like, oh, Shaker is just hiding. What does that mean? What does that mean when Shaker hides? Well, he's probably just, you know, putting himself in a good position of a fissure and whatnot. Probably doesn't have a blink. Oh, but little do they know. Little do they know. I think the best way for the Dire to initiate in this situation, as ironic as it sounds, is for two of their heroes to eat a Shackle Shot. After two heroes eat the Shackle Shot, the Radiant will think, oh man, we got this, and they're going to charge right. And no one denies the tower. That's very strange. As a Radiant just charges into like, oh man, we got a two-man Shackle Shot. That's the best time for the Shaker to come in and just do a huge Echo Slam. But there's a counter initiate of the Ravage. You got to keep in mind that because of Kraken Shout, he would always get it off. Tower is going to be destroyed. The creep equilibrium pushing slowly on both side lanes. Two teams are stealing each other's creep. Yeah, always interesting to watch. Kind of the frontline tanks that are being thrown out to sacrifice. And this cursor is just bugging the hell out of me. Slow and deliberate push. They definitely know that Yao does have a Blink Dagger. They being CLC. But have they seen Shaker yet? I think they might have. I think he has to be seen at this point. Like, the Radiant is playing very defensive. Stuns being dropped off. Mech's forced to be popped, so... Here goes Silverbeard's gonna send his bear up, and it looks like we have a Blink Ravage on QQQ. Where's the Blink Echo? No Blink Echo just yet. There's a Blink Echo. That's slow. Stormstar zips right in. There's the silence against Windrunner as well. They're gonna send the Windrunner back, but the team fight in the victory of the Dire. In my opinion, Silverbeard gets one more kill, but Sylar in huge trouble. A Stormstar will find you. Stormstar is gonna get the kill. Yao trying to run now, but it's not gonna be enough. Huge victory here for CLC. Blink Ravage thought they were in trouble. The Blink Echo Slam came in a little bit late, but just in time though, as he and Stormstar was single-handedly going to win a team fight. That was a 4-for-0 exchange. Windrunner tried to get sent back, but was not enough. Chen is a solo survivor, and when you have Chen surviving in a team fight, that means you cannot really do any kind of counter rotation. Looks like CLG, despite the fact that they are down in terms of farm and levels, because Silverbeard is pretty farm at this point, they're gonna one team fight as that's a comeback. You know, you're gonna be back in the game. You get yourself an Aegis. Sure, you didn't push out any exterior tier 2 towers, but that's fine. I think getting themselves a little bit more map control, but more importantly, getting themselves that Aegis on Storm. It is so huge. I do expect Storm to pick it up. Yep. He does have Orchid as well. You gotta keep in mind. So he's gonna have Orchid, Aegis, and 2,000 gold in the bank. I do assume it's gonna be a Hex, although BKB would be very good in this time. Sure, the Entangle will hit you. Sure, there's some physical right hits, but really, BKB is what you need against the TIE Hunter. You don't want to zip in and trying to do your combos and whatnot, and then TIE Hunter just ruins your day. You don't ever want that as a starting player. So And he definitely died a couple of times when Yao was not too shy just to drop a one-man Ravage against a single Storm Spirit. Right now, Radiant feeling a little bit, flat after that last team fight. They're going to just go for what they can right now, which is a top tier 1 tower. They don't expect the Dire squad to defend this, and they were absolutely right. And Dire is not going to be defending that tier 1. Again, very little strategical meaning to defend this tower. You don't want to lose a fight just over this kind of tower. That doesn't mean too much. I mean, it is 1,000 go for the enemy team, but at this point, losing a team fight means a lot more. QQQ is going to get a little bit more farm as he is approaching 3,000 gold. We'll have BKB in just about 700. Stormster will have BKB in about 15. But I'm not sure if they are going for mass BKB. Again, I think that is a smart item choice. It gives you out to a Ravage. And you got to keep in mind that, the Radiant's putting a lot of gold investment into that TIE Hunter. If you can make that TIE Hunter useless, well, that's really, at the late game situation, Ravage is just not that good of an ultimate. I think people might disagree with me saying that Ravage is probably one of the best ultimates in the game, but in late game situations where BKB is just flying around, it's just not that cool, in my opinion at least. And this is what I mean by having the time to analyze things like Ravage, item choices, and all that stuff. And that's why I personally enjoy casting Chinese games. Again, for example, casting a Star Wars Boba game, or a Singaporean Orange game, or a Pinoy game, it's kills everywhere, and I'm sure that's really fun for you guys to watch. And it's fun for me to sit down and watch as well, but for me to cast, it's like, don't even have time to talk about Blink Dagger and a Forward Stab and all that stuff. Here's items, like, oh yeah, they're farmy, so. Talking about items. Yeah, I wonder what Weaver's gonna get, speaking of items. It's got 4k gold. We're stockpiling a lot of gold on the Dire. You could go for a Relic here, obviously. Although Relic and a Radiance, not really too effective. Like, at this point, if Weaver gets a Radiance, he's not getting it for the sparkly damage. He's not getting it for that 40 per second. It will be a nice addition, but he's really getting it for the plus 60. Because every time you get plus damage item on Weaver, it becomes twice as effective due to his passive Gemini attack. Plus 60 equals a plus 120. So that's very helpful in that sense. Of course, the sparkly damage is nice, but it's against heroes with massive healing, massive HP, 40 damage per second is simply just not really that important. And Radiance, I guess you could prevent Blink Dagger from TIE Hunter, but really you're not going to be that close to a TIE Hunter anyways. So he's really getting for the plus damage if he's getting it. But again, I assume it is going to be a BKB. It should be a BKB in my opinion. It really makes him impervious to something like what is really going to do if he does have BKB. I guess Syllabur is the only answer. And Syllabur could only right-click so many heroes. Of course, he is going to, there's a BKB finish on the Storm. There's a BKB finish on Leshrac. Yeah, mass BKB purchase. The question is Carry Wise just using it for buyback? It seems like he is. I would like to click on him if I can, as we see this Grax at half HP. That bear is just going at it. The bear, keep in mind, can be wholly persuaded back to base and get some quick healing going back. There you go. I even barely see my mouse cursor. 4,600. Maybe he's gonna buy the Radiance in one go. If he defends the base, like if he defends his base push, maybe he's gonna just buy a Radiance, flat out. We'll see. There's a smoke up on the high ground again to give the Shaker a little bit more room to drop off that big fish Echo Slam. He's level 11 now, so if you thought the last one was hurting, this one's gonna hurt a little bit more. Personally, I don't think Earthshaker's ultimate is used for damage. I mean, there's a nice damaging component of it, but it's really the chain stun that you're providing, like the team chain stun for a long time. Shackle Shot not latching at this point. Here comes the bear again, back to full HP again, being sent back by Holy Persuade. He's constantly leaving out on cooldown just in case that he need to resummon in the middle of a team fight. Shackle Shot does latch, but the Sakuchi was casted. Healing coming in from Enchantress. I mean, they could do this all day long because Holy Persuasion does have a fairly short cooldown. What is it? 18-second cooldown? Yes, every time you go up the high ground, just send that bear in against the Rax once or twice, hit it down, and then you send it back. And then send it back. And I mean, he does have 2,700 HP and a whole bunch of armor to work with. 15 armor to be exact, as he plays up a plate mail. He does have Vlad's providing the aura as well. So you can keep doing this all day long. I'm not sure why he's not being a little bit more aggressive. They gotta watch for time as the creep equilibrium a little bit closer to the pot tower. Radiant trying to push up high ground, but they're just not having a good time. Simply because it's very dangerous. You cannot use your Blink Ravage as initiation anymore against really good players, and CLC players are extremely, extremely good. The Tidehunter could blink in, but before his Ravage animation goes off, you can cast your BKB and block that. So suddenly Tidehunter blinks in, casts an ultimate that does literally nothing, and then just dies. And the teamfight breaks out 4v5. You're gonna get chased by Weaver. You're gonna get chased by Blink Dagger Shaker. It's not really a good place you want to be. So despite the fact that the Radiant is sieging the Dire squad right now, I feel like the Dire has the better advantage. They're defending up the hill. They have better chasing power. If they win a team fight, they have better defensive capability. You can see that Stormster and Shaker, they're just waiting outside. And Cupid Cat is just not happy that we're seeing that kind of slow siege. And this is going to last for forever. Team fight breaking out. BKB pop from QQQ. Blink Echo hits nothing. That's a huge whiff. Yao is going to get off his ultimate. Rabbit does hit nothing. This is exactly what I mean. Yao's going to go down, but not before QQQ does die. Carry Y is going at it. The Syllabear doing some bear damage as we see. Oh, that Crystal Maiden. She did as well. Team fight's breaking out. MY is out of mana at this point. He does have an Aegis though. He's going to be coming right back, and he's going to zip on Winmer, I presume. Yes, Blink Enchant Totem. That's going to hit too. Fissure providing a chain stun here. They're going to focus on Xiao 8. Xiao 8's going to go down. I assume no mech up and force up, but the chase from Storm is just simply too much. Weaver picks up a kill here and there as well. Big defense coming in from the CLC squad, and they did successfully defend it. They lost a base tower. Rax took a little bit of damage, but it's going to be healing up over time. They did use the Aegis, but hey, that's what Aegis is for. So we're seeing the item choices for CLC paying off. Very, very smart, picking up that double BKB. I'm not really sure what force 357 to charging with that BKB. Maybe he got initiated on. Maybe he had to pop the BKB to block a Shackle shot that was going to latch or something like that. But in any case, it worked out for the best. And sure, QQQ did die, but he gave his team a little bit of healing. Yeah, I think that Bloodstone healing ultimately had a positive result in that aspect. And they charged in and was able to do quite a bit. BKB was used, but hey, Stormster was able to do quite a bit of work as well. Now the question is, as we go back to the Weaver, what is he getting? He is going to be getting the Relic again for the plus 60 or the plus 120. I mean, for 3,800 gold plus 120, plus 120 damage. That's impressive to say the least. I'm suffering a little bit of FPS lag, and hopefully it doesn't persist for too long. Alright, hopefully I fixed the lag, and during that time I also tried to fix my mouse, but not only did I not fix it, this mouse have changed shaped. Now it's like a sideways freaking grass plower thing. Oh, it's back! But it's big. It's huge. Okay. I have no idea what the hell. This is a huge mouse. Huge mouse for people with big hands. Cool stuff. Mai BKB 就 GG 了. Oh man, Lamb says if Weaver gets BKB, the game's over. And I gotta say I agree. I'm not sure if the Radiance is the correct choice. King J perhaps making a mistake on his item choice. Well, we'll see in the next team fight. Radiant has lost 2 team fights in a row as they push up the hill. Will it be a third one? But we do still, despite losing these team fights, Sylar's been adding an item every single time towards that bear. It is coming up on the high ground. Pipette's pop. The teleportation comes in right now, and it's going to be Weaver. He gets immediately entangled. Shackle shot down to half HP, but he has to go all the way back. He has no teleport scroll. It's a 4v5, and Storm forces Zip at this point. Blink Echo on 3. Will he get off the heel? No. He's completely chain stunned, and the team fight is still going to be won. Double kill on Die right now. So he cannot get off the Ravage. Finally, he does get it off. Sylar doing some big damage. Enchantress is going to go down. He's going to keep going on Storm. Storm down to half HP. He could actually get a kill. In fact, he will. Storm trying to zip out. In fact, he will. And Sylar, he could actually turn around and kill the Shaker. At this point, Weaver is backstabbing because he came back in. And Crystal, will he die? I do believe he will end up dying. Yes, he will. Enchant Totem, not going to do it. We're going to see a bear resummon. He's going to go against King J. King J's getting out DPS by this point because Sylar, he's simply too strong. Going to time lapse backwards, but there's Sentry War still down on the ground. He's trying to distract as much as possible. And Sylar says, dude, I don't care, dude. I'm going to just go on the high ground. He's going to try to teleport out. Can you get the kill? Hand of God comes in. No, he barely survives. That was close. 40 damage per second. He's going to try to Zenkuchi out. That's going to be close. Wow. This game a lot closer, but whew, I think that team fight just showed the fact that Dire is really, really ahead. They fought the first half of that team fight without Weaver. He poured it in, got focused and time blast back to the bot lane. So they had to truck all the way back to the base using Sakuchi. Despite of that, they did not lose racks. I'm not sure they even glyphed. And Stormser was able to zip in that huge Echo Slam, prevented Hand of God. And that was huge. Crystal Maiden died immediately as well. So some big plays coming out from Dire. And CLC is looking really, really strong. In the next fight, we're going to see Enchantress hitting level 16. So that's key as well. We're going to see Pipe Up from her. Let's see what the other big item progression as well. Hopefully we're going to see a BKB soon here on Weaver. And hopefully he doesn't teleport in such bad position. So right now King J, you know, if I may say, not playing his best. Well, sometimes you don't need to play your best. Sometimes you're that good and you don't need to play your best. But he's 1,000 go away, as we see. Enchantress, if you get pick out like here, it is not going to be too good. Awoke, going to get a little bit of assistance coming in. Shackle Shot not latching on. My God, Stormster zipping in right now. He's looking for someone. Is he looking for Sylar? Sylar? I mean, despite of that, you saw Sylar just with Cloak and level 16, how tanky he was. He was the sole survivor in that team fight. Outlasted just about anyone and anything, and that's why Solar Bear is kind of OP, because he could, you know, last that long. And I think this time we're gonna see Crystal Man and Chan gonna stay on the back lines, because there were you should not be able to eat an Echo and still not cast off their Hand of God. I think that's the reason why they lost the team fight, because they didn't have Hand of God to be casted. Because Sylar looked really, really strong. At this point, I think they're going to get racks, actually. Maybe. We'll see. There's a Fissure trying to slow him down. King J, again, a little bit out of position. Shackle Shot on 2. Are we going to have a Blink Ravage trying to come in? There's a Ravage. They're going to kill Weaver. He does have the buyback. He immediately will use so, but that's going to force initiation against Xiaowei. Will he die, though? It looks like he's okay for now, and he's going to be fine. Silver doing some right clicks. He's going to get sent back. Will he buy back? That's the question. Silver being trapped in. Great Fissure, and looks like Silver does finally go down. The racks still stands, and Weaver now is going to be chasing. Going to be working on Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden could turn around and drop off a bite. I will believe she... Fissure. Why is she just standing there? Okay. Of course, the observers are just chatting away, talking away. Weaver, still no BKB. I think that's what they're saying right now. Up back to 2,000 gold. The Roshan is back. And again, because you're winning these team fights, CLC will be getting the Roshan. The goal should be very in favor of CLC at this point. Yeah, about 5,000 gold in favor of them. 4 kill ahead, but more importantly, they're going to get themselves an Aegis. And at this time, I think they're going to put it on a Weaver. Storm's been playing such... I mean, he's doing such a good job to stay back. He doesn't really need to get the Aegis, although they might still give it to him, I think. I think right now, because Weaver is so far away from his BKB, you want to give it to him, but well, Storm is making himself to be a... yeah, so he is going to pick it up. I don't think he really needs it, but I suppose he could play a lot more aggressive with it. Maybe that is the mindset. In this case here, what do you do if you're raiding, right? I guess you gotta just farm at this point. You have the pipe finish on the Windrunner. That's hopeful. I really think maybe you're gonna farm for a Hex and then maybe farm for a Heart on Lone Druid. Yeah, that's what he's doing right now. There's a Reaver. Gonna be going for a Heart. I really feel like they need massive tank on the Silver. And despite having massive tank, I feel Dire is fully capable of bringing him down as well. I think maybe at this point, maybe after 10 more minutes or so, you might, Sylar might want to consider putting items away from his spear and then on this actual hero. Because this hero simply is, you know, more just tankier at this point. Although with that said, you could, you know, send your bear in without impunity, because if it dies, you get summoned back. If your hero dies, that's kind of a different story. You can't send the bear in and do some pot shots against Rexes. So there's kind of arguments for both, you know, putting items on your bear, putting items on your hero, that kind of thing. Both teams going to content to free farm, and let's see how we're doing in terms of item progression. The Chen Acceptor was up for a long time, but really haven't had too big of impact, because T's team fights actually haven't been lasting 30 seconds. It doesn't matter if you have a 30-second cooldown on your ultimate if you can't actually get off the second ultimate, right? So maybe the item investment wasn't the best, but by the time that he was going for the items, I don't think he expected the game to go the way that it's going right now. So I can't really fault DDC too much for it. Here comes a smoke, and they want to maybe go in mid to set up a gank against Christo. Ooh, if you pick off Christo, that's going to be a huge game. They're going to try, maybe. I do think they know QQQ might be in trouble as well. He's going to walk right in. Shackle Shot not latching. He will pop the BKB, I presume, and just run out. Give Give me Entangle, no Entangle. But BKB is going to be down. It does have a minute cooldown and a minute's time for the LGD squad to push in for a victory. Or at least for a Rax. I don't think even if the Rax goes down, it will be a guaranteed victory. There is definitely some late game on the Dire squad. King J, let's see how you're doing. King J. King J does not have the BKB yet. Buyback. Buyback cooldown for a minute. This can be really, really bad. I mean, I know that LGD has lost 3 team fights in a row, but somehow if they win one right now without buyback on King J, that can be huge. Of course, I'm not sure how aware of the buyback situation is on the Radiant. Are they gonna just go all balls deep and go in and push? Looks like that's what they're trying to do. Storm Spirit, by the way, is just trying to push as much as possible. He's gonna go back, heal some mana up, and get ready for the team fight. He will have the Aegis, so he's gonna basically zip in. He can be the initiator right now if he wants to do so. Looks like they're taking sweet time here. BKB should be coming off cooldown. It's ready now. Buyback should be up on Weaver by the time that he does die. 30 seconds. 30 seconds on the buyback. So just a little bit more time. I think, of course, they're gonna just keep on waiting. Yeah, and they're gonna slow roll this one. Again, we're seeing Tidehunter being really less and less effective as game goes on because of item choices. Oh, Shackle shot. Latching again to carry Y down to half HP. I mean, how different would the game be if, for example, if the Weaver had the BKB? I wonder. I feel like with the BKB, they could kind of just charge in and take team fight to them. But I mean, they're not playing any different, BKB or not. They're gonna just wait for the enemy to come up on the high ground. They being the Dire right now. They're gonna just wait for the Silver to come up on the high ground, force the team fight whenever necessary. Not gonna shackle against QQQ. Some physical damage being done. Windrunner is being very aggressive, but this is a very kind of dangerous way to play Windrunner, especially the way that she has a mecha and a pipe and a force staff. If you somehow kill the Windrunner before she pops any of those, you're getting big returns. So she's gotta, I think she's playing a little bit too aggressive for her nature, because you're stacking these defensive items for your entire team. If you take her out, that's the team fight. Done. On the top lane here, as we see the creeps slowly being pushed, I think that's gonna force Radiant to TP back. They have to TP back, right? Tower is destroyed. And Silver is going to use Radiance on the bear to defend this. They really cannot. They got to keep up the pressures. I feel like. I feel sad for LGD. They can't defend the push. They lost the tier 3 tower for basically nothing. It's going to summon the bear back and to defend this. Okay, the push continues. Gold here, 2,000 on Silver, so he can buy back even after death. Chen does have the Acceptor, again, not being too useful in this case. And he's actually just keep dominating creeps, which doesn't matter at all because if he sends a creep in, Enchantress could quickly dominate it herself. So she's actually just saving Enchantress time. I'm going to say maybe you actually just don't dominate creeps. Save your Holy Persuasion, cooldown, and keep using on the bear. I think that may be a little bit more effective. It's being traded, Swarm being casted. Yeah, that's what I mean. Champ's gonna dominate creep. Back up for now. Are they really gonna wait for the? Yeah, there's a huge creep wave on the bot. So are they gonna go now? Seems like they have to, right? Storm Sarah is gonna quickly mow that one down. She definitely has the excess in terms of mana. Has enough gold to buy the Hex as well. Not gonna buy it despite having BKB and Aegis. Gonna to make sure he has a buyback if necessary. BKB's gonna get pop here on King J, and it looks like they're gonna focus on Sylar. There's a force staff out. Yao's gonna try to get off his Ravage. He is silent for 5 seconds. Hand of God comes in right now. There's a Ravage. Gonna go focus on QQQ. QQQ will go down. Now gonna be on Enchantress. The Sylar finally died. Excuse me. Bling Echo here against Sylar. Sylar losing HP very rapidly. Will he get sent back? Will he get sent back? And he does not get sent back. Kill happening against the other side, and here comes Mayo BKB, and then I'm not sure. Not sure what that's trying to say here, and we do see DDC in huge trouble at this point. Will he be able to run out here? Use your Medallion Courage, my friend. He sold his Medallion Courage for the BKB, but regardless, Chen is going to go down. He finished hard, and he didn't have buyback. Oh, no. And looks like we're going to have CLC going to come right back here. At the very least, they're going to get a tier 2 tower. Perhaps they could even go for racks. I mean, there is 45 seconds till the Silver comes back. I think they could really destroy at least a tier 3 tower, if not the racks. Tier 2 tower, you can see how quickly they're melting. These guys are doing some big DPS at this point. Ghost Scepter up on Enchantress as well as a pipe. I mean, she is fairly far. I'm going to be working on a 4-staff, I presume. Maybe an Axe Scepter. I do assume it's going to be a 4-staff, though. There's a Glyph being forced out as well. 24 seconds till Silver. No Ravage. Shackle Shot does hit 2 heroes. And looks like Blink Enchant. Ooh, just barely missing. Are they going to focus now on the tower? No, Crystal's going to get brought off. Very close. He's going to eat a Gush, and he's going to, yeah, Anger Smash is going to do it. There's a Silence from Die. That's going to keep him back. By the way, I got to say, Die is just playing really, really well this game. Yeah, after that one team fight, in the Dire Squad, they got 1 tier 2 tower, 1 tier 3 tower. The tier 3 towers are kind of destroyed. So CLC is just 1 team fight away from losing this game. If they lose one more team fight where they don't have sufficient buybacks, they are done. But they do have a heart now. Although the heart, again, maybe not enough. Enchantress doing a big bulk of damage. Everyone doing a lot of damage. I think at this point, maybe you put the items back on your bear. Maybe. Again, it's hard to say because you could send in the bear and do some damage to the racks. But at this point, I feel like the Dire, they're completely prepared for that kind of strat as well. Back on the top lane, Weaver, double damage. Going to be farming me up. That's going to be enough for a buyback. If she'd like to pick up a Weaver, that's going to be fine as well. I think buyback's going to be the better choice. Winrun's going to be farming on the bot lane. About 1,000 go, 1,100 away from a Hex. So we are boiling down to a couple. I gotta say, this game is still anyone's game, even though CLC has won, what, 5 team fights in a row? It feels like 4 or 5 team fights in a row. If they just lose 1 team fight, that's all it takes to lose a game. So, of course, that's why buyback is so important in this stage of the game. So we're going to have a big smoke gang. Even though these heroes are not smoke, you see a smoke icon. And they might find themselves a Crystal Maiden at the very least. That Crystal Maiden, she dead. Yep. Are we going to even waste a pull? There is a pull. There's a Lincoln Sphere being popped up here. Very smart choice. Lincoln Sphere instead of Hex 4-staff out here from Xiao 8. Is Storm going to keep on zipping? He could have, but even though if he could have zipped, Electric Vortex on cooldown, he's going to still go for it anyways. Yeah, it's not going to work out. So they got a Crystal Maiden kill, but that doesn't mean too much. What it really means is the fact that we could do a little bit more split pushing. As you can see, Weaver. Uh-oh. Don't get first hit in Tango. That wouldn't be cool. CLC is just putting pressure all over the place right now. And this is where Lesh becomes really good. The fact that he's a great pusher. The fact that you get destroy a tower very quickly. Weaver's going to do top. You got a couple guys doing bot. And suddenly the Radiant, who was sieging the enemy base for hours, it felt like, now will be sieged upon. Unfortunately, they have lost 2 base tower at this point already. Dire is going to be pushing out for the 3rd Roshan, the most critical of them all, because it does drop cheese. So now you could put the Aegis on the Storm, or maybe put the cheese on the Storm. And this Storm should be unkillable at this point. Because in between Lincoln Sphere, BKB, really, what are you going to stop him with? Such an odd game to see a Storm that's doing so well. To not have a Hex. And of course the goal difference, as you guys can see here. Let me check out how we're doing in terms of farm. The farm is just off the charts. And kind of something what you expect from Chinese games. 250, 300 on QQQ, 340 on Sylar, 250 on Xiao 8. A lot of farm, but will that be enough? The Creep Equilibrium again stacking up. These double siege, man, if you ignore them, they will bring down your tower, so. Here we go. Perhaps a final push. We will see. Any big item progressions before this team fight breaking out? Of course, the Radiant's been losing these team fights, so I don't expect them to have any big items. Where's that bear? I need to know. There's the bear. Bear has nothing too crazy. Windrunner, does it have Hex? Yes, he does. No buyback, though. That's going to be key. If you kill Wind... I mean, look at how much value you're going to get if you get the kill on Windrunner. That's why I'm not a big fan of stacking everything on one. For example, if Tidehunter perhaps got the pipe, that'll be a little bit better. Like, right now, there's so much incentive just to pick off Xiao 8. He's just so important to the Radiant squad right now. Dyer's gonna back off right now to get a little bit more farm. They put the cheese on Leshrac. They put the Aegis on the Storm, I presume. Yep. And then they're gonna have Weaver to carry nothing. Carry 6k go. Divine Rapier? Uh-oh. Aww, boo. Come on, man. Just. I guess if he decided he's gonna go Divine, he's probably gonna hold the Aegis, and he didn't get the Aegis, so probably not too surprising that he didn't buy the Divine there. Yeah, but you could always dream as a fanboy. Not that they need a Divine. Divine Shelly is an item that is smart to buy. One, you're losing every fight. You just don't have a smart. Like you can't win fights because you don't do enough damage. And it's kind of like a Hail Mary purchase. There's no reason for them to go Divine right now because they're winning so much. CLC doing the smart thing, pushing every single creep lane to make sure that Radiant is basically stuck in their base, and they're going to be farming the enemy jungle, starving the Radiant out. There's a regen rune, but there's no bottle on Storm, so he can't really take that with him into the team fight. 6k go almost up on the Storm Strit. We have almost Lesh. I think what they're doing right now is farming all over the map, all over the jungle, keeping the lanes pressured, keeping the farm on their side, and they're farming for buybacks. Everyone is farming for a buyback. Forstaff is up on the Enchantress, so that even if they lose a team fight, they will be right back and ready. BKB up on the Shaker, and again, shutting down that tide. I mean, BKB could walk in. You could basically BKB walk in and drop a Shaker off, and there's really nothing the Radiant could do about it. I guess Slillibear, but the bear could stop him. But your bear could only attack one unit at once. And when there's 4 or 5 BKBs on the enemy side, well, that makes life a little bit tough. It does make life a little bit tough. Weaver's going to be pushing up top. I almost feel like they don't even need Weaver. I feel like King J's contribution to the team might not be that big. Of course, when they're winning the team fight, King J was instrumental in terms of chasing people down. But what won them the team fight is QQQ and Storm Spirit and Shaker. So they really got the ball rolling the other direction, and King J finishes up. So I suppose King J is the person that's getting them ahead, but what got them ahead in the first place was Storm, Shaker, and all that stuff. Here we go. Slow Siege coming in. Slillibear. I mean, it looks very tanky on paper. 15 armor, 2700 HP, life regen. Really not as tanky as you might imagine. Weaver's going to be split pushing up top. There's no racks here, though, so you got to force Windrun to defend. And again, if Windrun is somehow picked off, that cannot be good. Shaker just getting in position to do a big initiate. Here comes QQQ turning ultimate. And it looks like they're going to do a big push coming in both lanes. That's going to force a glyph. Are we going to blink Ravage? That's the question. Shackle Shot not latching. Yao's walking in. He's going to get pulled. He's going to get silenced. There's a Hand of God coming in right now. He's going to get sent back. The question is, will he port right back as we see the Slillibear in a little bit trouble. Rax still standing at this point. No backdoor on the top. They survive for now. There's a Hex against Awoke. Awoke half down to half HP. Echo Slam by Crystal on a BKB. Huge play here from Crystal. Silent down to half HP. Ravage comes on right now, but just no DPS output on the Radiant squad. Xiao A forced to run. He is silenced up. The question is, will Slillibear be able to hold on? I don't think that's enough, and you can see Weaver now going to be focusing on the melee racks. Melee racks is going to go down. Range racks soon to follow. Are they going to swing on top? No towers there. You got to keep in mind Shackle Shot does hit, and that's going to delay just a little bit. Weaver down to half HP, but again, he has Heart, or he has a Reaver, just simply Reaver, and they're going to back off. One melee racks doesn't mean you're winning the game just yet, but you put himself in a such big lead. Whew! That was a huge Echo Slam here from Crystal. Well play. Well play. And now, LG thinks to themselves, what do we do now? I don't know. There's 5,000 go on Lone Druid. I think you just buy Divine, right? You just buy Divine at this point. I'm serious. You just buy Divine right now, because I don't think you could... What, that's a 6th, 7th team fight they've been losing? I think you just go Divine, man. We'll see. I mean, he's just about 38 plus 24, 62. He's 800 go away. Like, if he really wants it, he can. And I think he should. Windrunner got 2k. I think that's... Maybe just buy crits. I mean, just buy anything right now. Like, if you lose one more team fight, the game's over. So again, the Radiant is not out of it, despite they have lost like 7 team fights in a row, despite they have lost melee racks. At this late game, one team fight is all it takes. I saw a Ghost Scepter on something. Let's quickly check out what the hell. Ghost Scepter on Chen. Yeah, Chen's kind of useless at this point, if you ask me. I think he's probably better off with the Force Staff. Like, because Force Staff, you know, save yourself if you're getting hammered upon. Save your teammates as well. We'll see. We'll see. Here comes a push on the Radiant side, or the Dire side. Dire doesn't want to find out what Celebrate might be buying. He might not. Yeah, he's not going to have the time to farm that last 400 gold. They have a courier just waiting there. And it's going to die now. No, they're going to send a Celebrate. It does buy the Demon Edge. Okay. So that's one part of what he needs. Here we go. Shackle Shot. That's going to hit on 2. Shaker waiting on the wings. He's going to blink Echo in on 2 heroes. 3 key heroes. Going to focus on Xiao A. Will that be enough? BKB's going to be popped. They're going to focus on Silo. Silo just tanking all 4 right now. But he's still... Ravage does hit. Silo really low. Is going to run back. I don't think so against the Stormster. Stormster is going to find you. And that should be the game. Second melee Rax is going to go down. Yao's going to go down. Was close. But no cigar. King J getting down these racks. Stormster is just too big, too strong. Still has that Aegis, has a Hex as well. Sarlor buys back, so there goes his divine aspirations. Crystal Maiden gonna get sent back, no big deal. I don't think LGD is gonna GG though. That has to be it, right? The game cannot go on anymore, right? Because LGD is just losing. Oh, there's a Ghost Scepter. Okay. Don't think that's going to be enough. Crystal Maiden's going to die as well. Yeah, Storm's just getting too big. Storm's just getting way too big. Siler's going to die one more time. And that has to be a GG. Well, I might die right here. No, he's just too survivable at this point as well. Look at how tanked this little bird is. 3800 HP, massive armor. But yeah, I think this is when the next time he resummons Bear, he should just take all the items off. He took the AC off. I think he should take the Radiance off as well. Ooh, Jackal, not gonna latch. Power Shot. Ooh, some big dodges. Okay, guys, LGD, you're down by 2 racks. Your throne's exposed. Are you really gonna turn this one around? Okay, you get a kill on Storm. There's a buyback on Die though. No way. Are we going to see something epic? That's the question. Ravage is not up yet. QQQ is basically suiciding for that Rax. King J's going at it. Ancient Fortress down to 1800 HP. BKB's pop for. They want this one down. QQQ is going to get focused down. There's a Hex against... Yeah, it looks like they're going to defend for now. BKB's going to pop. Stormstep is going to zip around. Yeah, no, that's it. That's going to be it. Throne's going to be destroyed. I was going to say, it's going to be something epic coming on here. GG's going to be called. And GG indeed it was. Very good push, very strong mid-game push on the Radiant side, but better defense. Whew, that Shaker, that, you know, during that one push when they're going up the hill and Shaker just, there's an icon showing off, you know, Shaker has bought his Blink Dagger. I was like, oh man, this is going to be huge. And he'd been deliver every single team fight. Of course, Stormster played extremely well as well. King J, maybe. I gotta agree with Observer here. Lamb said BKB would have been the better choice, and I gotta agree with Lamb. I think BKB would have been the better choice. But in any case, Dire did win. Very strong performance from CLC. But CLC is no more because they have disbanded. You know, a lot of controversies. Again, if DWS ever come back, you know, I'll talk about that. I don't know if it'll come back. Hope you guys enjoyed this podcast, though. It was very fun for me to cast, and hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Until next time, this is Luminous signing off. G, guys.